Before I start with the video, I wanted to let you guys know that I make a Twitter account where I will put updates or how the videos are coming along, and you can guys poke me around, send me messenger, maybe tell me to hurry up a little since I'm kind of slow when making this kind of video. So I will put the link down below in the description, and now let's start with the video. Hello everyone, I'm Street Fink, and before I start, I want to say sorry for taking so long making this What If. But today I'm bringing you What If Aku joined the Leaf. I choose this scenario mostly because I have a soft spot for Aku, and I feel he has quite the potential with his eyes Kekkei, especially early on in the story. As usual, subtitles have been added for your viewing pleasure. Now, let's start with the story. The story starts just as Haku's rushing to shield Zabuza with his body. But on this timeline, his deadly fate will change. Either by luck or maybe Kakashi being more aware of his surroundings, he managed to move his hand just enough to pierce Haku's shoulder instead of his chest, keeping himself from hitting any vitals. Haku will still crush Kakashi's hand, ready to sacrifice himself just to secure Zabuza's victory. Zabuza takes this chance to swing his massive sword, with Kakashi barely jumping out of the way while carrying the badly wounded Haku. He put the boy down, who was desperately trying to cling on Kakashi's leg, doing his best to get on his way. Yet Haku is too weak and can barely move at all, making him unable to hold him in place anymore. The fight between Zabuza and Kakashi ends the same way as canon, with Haku feeling mortified after falling Zabuza a second time. But Kakashi's victory is interrupted by the arrival of Gato and his gang, with the mob boss wasting no time to gloat over Zabuza's defeat, knowing he has the upper hands now that all the ninjas are either badly wounded or dead. While the gang approaches the group, Gato faces grimace in anger when he notices Haku lying on the floor and quickly starts kicking him, making him pay for breaking his arm, with Haku both lacking the strength or will to defend himself from the beating. Naruto snarls and tries to rush toward the mob boss, but Kakashi stops him, telling him they are in no condition to fight Gato and his men. Naruto, feeling frustrated that he can do nothing, looks at Zabuza, who doesn't seem affected by the beating Haku is enduring, and quickly snaps at him like in canon, telling him if he really doesn't feel anything toward Haku after all he had done for him and all love. You know, having a dream of his own just to serve Zabuza and his ideals, using the Tarkin no Jutsu on Zabuza. Haku sees all this, trying to squeeze out even a word out of his exhausted body, but before he can do it, he sees a tear falling down from Zabuza's face, going wide-eyed by the sight of this. Zabuza finally letting out his true feeling about Haku and his regret for losing him like a tool. He then looks at Kakashi and asks him for a simple request: take care of Haku for me, with Kakashi just giving him a nod in agreement. He then gives Haku his last command: to live a better life, one where he can be happy and have his own dreams. Haku starts crying, trying so hard to stand up and stop Zabuza, but it's too late. The demon rushed toward Gato with a kunai on his mouth like in canon, cutting through his henchmen before reaching the mob boss, stabbing and finally cutting his head clean. Finally, the demon ninja collapsed on the floor, exhausted and in death's door. The same thing happened like in canon, with the village arriving and dealing with the thugs, ending Gato and his men. Kakashi approached Zabuza, who like in the anime asked to be taken toward Haku, to give him his final goodbye. Once face to face with Haku, Zabuza gently cleaned the tear from his face, and tell him he wished he could stay by his side, but it's time to part way. Haku quickly replied he didn't want Zabuza to leave him alone, he wanted to be by his side forever, but the demon ninja softly tell him he won't be alone, he will always look over him. Finally, passing out next to the person he loves the most. Some time passed and we are at the funeral of Zabuza, with the ninjas grieving the fallen demon, with Haku holding Zabuza's sword between his heart. Naruto approached him, telling him he is sorry for his loss, and he doesn't know how much it would mean for him, but he offered him to be part of Team 7 once they go back to the village. Sakura is kinda upset that Naruto is offering something like that to a rogue ninja. She asks Kakashi if that's even possible, but he just replied with, "Maybe. There might be a lot of paperwork and all that, yeah, but it's possible." Haku, hearing this, thanked Naruto for the offering, telling him he will do the best to serve them. Naruto quickly corrected him that he didn't mean as a subordinate, but as a teammate, a concept that is rather new to Haku and will take some time before he gets used to it. Once everything is set on the land of the way, they head back to the village, where Haku being mostly silent and keeping to himself. Once back home, Kakashi escorts Haku so he can be judged. Naruto asks if this is really necessary, which he replies it is, but he will do his best to help the young ninja. In the Hokage office, Kakashi appealed for Haku, remarking how much of an asset he is, and also mentioned what he had been through. Hiruzen considered the story, which reminded him a lot of both Sasuke and Naruto, so he decided to let him join Team 7 under strict vigilance. This is his chance to prove he can be trusted. Haku thanked the Kage for this opportunity before offering him a respectful bow. Once together, they do some simple mission in order to get used to work alongside Haku before trying another sea mission. During this time, Haku paid close attention to his teammate, looking at their strengths and weaknesses, as well as slowly becoming more protective toward them, just like he was with Zabuza. Eventually, he will request Kakashi if he could help with Team 7 training, since he noticed most of their skills are quite basic, especially with Sakura. Kakashi agreed with the request, considering how harsh and advanced Haku training was. With that, Haku decided to introduce the elemental chakra to Naruto and Sakura, since Sasuke already knew fire release. He gave them a piece of the special paper and told them to focus their chakra into the paper. Naruto gave wind affinity, Sasuke gave lighting affinity. Now with Sakura we don't have information about her affinity, just the element chakra she has. So for the sake of this what if, I would say she has water affinity. Once they learn about this, Haku starts to help them to get the basic of their elemental release, with Kakashi aiding Sasuke with his lighting release. Sakura being the first one to get it down to her chakra control. Then Sasuke, since he can use the Sharingan to have a better insight of how to use it, but when it comes to Naruto, he's pretty much struggling even with the most basic exercise. Haku does his best to explain it, but it's no use. Haku eventually asks Kakashi for an advice since he cannot come up with anything. Kakashi then gives one of his peculiar advice, making a clone of himself, telling him that sometimes two heads are better than one. It took a moment for Haku to figure out what it meant, but finally he get it. Haku then asked Naruto if he could borrow some of his clone. Naruto finds this weird but agrees, creating a clone for Haku. He then takes a clone behind the tree, away from everyone's view. There is a scream, and then a pause. Now the real Naruto is screaming as well, pointing at Haku, asking him what the hell is wrong with him. Sasuke and Sakura ask what was wrong. What did Haku did? And Naruto just yelled, "He kissed me!" It was a kiss on the cheek. But this is Naruto, so of course he will make a big fuss about it. Both Sasuke and Sakura are quite confused of what just happened, but Haku just chuckled and asked Naruto how did he know if he couldn't see them. It took Naruto a solid second of thinking before his eye goes wide with realization. Whatever the clone learned, he learned it too. He quickly made a bunch of clones and started to practice the basic of wind release. It took him some time, but finally Naruto also got it, just before collapsing on the floor completely exhausted and out of chakra. After they fully grasped the basic of the element chakra and how to release it, Haku decided to take their training to a new level. When they were ready, he gathered them and told them that the most valuable tool for a ninja is their speed and senses, and he will now be going to push those to the test. He created a large ice dome, and all three ninjas were already quite uneasy by this. Sakura asked if he's joking. He's not going to throw needle at them like in the bridge, right? Kakashi wouldn't allow such a thing. Haku remained silent for a moment, only to reply, "We'll make sure to avoid any vital parts," making everyone get on their guard. Sasuke even uses his Sharingan right away. Haku then starts jumping from mirror to mirror as he throws his needle at them. Naruto and Sasuke, having already spin with this, notice not going at full speed, but is slowly getting faster, allowing them to warm up. Sakura on the other hand is barely dodging the needles. Haku then starts increasing his speed, and the first one to start getting hit by the needle is Sakura, who screams in pain and quickly asks Haku to stop. That is enough. But Haku tells her that an enemy ninja won't show her mercy, even if she begs. The needle rain continues, and Naruto also starts getting hit, with Sasuke being the last one. Finally, the training stopped. Sakura, in pain and looking like a pincushion, quickly yelled at Haku, asking him what the hell is wrong with him. He could have killed them. To which he just replied, he didn't throw a needle unless he knew it wouldn't hit anything vital. Sakura just grew angrier about Haku being so nonchalantly to the point she tries to attack him, but Haku just easily dodged it and knocked her over. Haku then asks the pink hair why she decided to become a ninja. Sakura scoffs and tells him it's not his business and tries to leave, but she is quickly blocked by one of Haku's ice mirrors, and Haku insists on why she chooses the path of the ninja, considering how dangerous it is. Sakura snaps at Haku, asking him why it's so important for him to know, which Haku calmly replied that it could mean the difference between life and death. If she doesn't have a reason, an idea, or a goal as a ninja, she will lack any motivation to grow stronger, to improve herself, and she will be putting herself and others in danger. Sakura kind of flinched at the cold logic of Haku. Being kinda cornered by it, she looked down, embarrassed, and revealed she only became a ninja to be with Sasuke. Naruto get kind of yellow after hearing that, while Sasuke just huffed in annoyance, and Kakashi just sighed, not even surprised by the revelation. Haku cannot hide his disappointment. He tells Sakura if that she can handle this training, it will be best that she quit being a kunoichi, because from now on, things will just get harder. Sakura is in shock. She tells Kakashi he can allow this, but Kakashi just shocked, answering that while Haku is being blunt, he is telling the truth. The life of a ninja is extremely dangerous, and she needs to be prepared. She then desperately tried to look for support from her team, but Sasuke just gives this evil smirk and tells her it was tame compared to what he and Naruto endured in the bridge, while Naruto tried to encourage her to stay so they can grow stronger. Sakura cannot believe both of them want to keep enduring such training. Haku then taunts her, saying if she's done throwing a fit, since they have some training to do. Hearing this, Sakura attacks him in a blind rage, but Haku easily defeats her, taking away her headband. Haku tells her she is a disgrace for a ninja, having chosen such a path, for just a crush was a dishonor for the headband she was wearing. He then gives her an ultimatum. She either take being a ninja with the commitment is needed, or give up with the charade. Sakura, with tears in her eyes, beaten and disheartened, left the training ground. Naruto tried to go after her, but Kakashi stopped him, telling him this is something Sakura needs to overcome on her own. A few days passed and we caught with Ino doing some chore walking through the village, when she spotted Sakura at the distance. She was ready to tease her rival when she noticed something is wrong. She's sitting down, hugging her leg, with her hair down, similar to how she used to do back when they were kids. Ino sighed, knowing something is not quite right with her, and sitting next to Sakura, asking in a friendly manner why she's so down and where her headband go. Sakura asked her why does she care. Ino replied that as a rival, she can let someone else make Sakura's life miserable. Sakura does notice Ino being genuinely concerned and begins to tell her all that happened. Ino takes her time hearing Sakura, comforting her and giving a much needed pep talk, telling Sakura that she shouldn't let some masked weirdo bring her down like this. Sakura is a rival after all, and she won't let anyone else bring her down. Sakura finally smiled and thanked Ino, but Ino tells her to save her gratitude and instead just go and show her what she's made of, as she gives Sakura a familiar red fabric. The next day, Sakura arrived to the training ground. Haku noticed her and asked her what she's doing. Sakura, with fire in her eye, tells him she is here to get her ninja headband. She had to endure Haku's brutal training. In order to do so, she will do it, even if it means taking her headband from Haku's broken arms. The last sentence descends some chill down Naruto's spine, as he has never seen Sakura so determined and fire up. Haku smiled behind his mask and tells her he has a special training prepared for her, since she has a lot of catch up to do, which Sakura only replied with, "Bring it on." Now, with Sakura back, all Team 7 along with Haku begin to train during the time between the Land of Wave arc and the Chunin exam, with Haku using his Ice Dome to train their speed, reflex, and reaction time, improving them considerably, with Sasuke even reaching the 2 Tomoes on both eyes. Under Elemental Affinity training, Sasuke improved his fire release and learned some basic lightning release jutsu. Naruto thanks to the Shadow Clone and a few wind release jutsu like Wind Bullet and Breakthrough. And Sakura, having a perfect chakra control, managed to learn Water Clone, Water Release, and Water Wall Release. Haku will also take this opportunity to train himself, using Zabuza's sword to improve his endurance and strength, as well as sparring with them to help them and himself improve each other taijutsu, with Sakura being especially demanding since she has a lot of catch up to do, using her intellect to teach her the basic of how to exploit the weak part of the body both in hand-to-hand combat and using the needles. Soon the time passed, and like in canon, Kakashi brings the news about the Chunin exam and how he recommends them to take part of it. Both Naruto and Sasuke were excited with the prospect of becoming a Chunin. Though Sakura was nervous, she sees this as an opportunity to show Haku how much she had grown, and for Haku, it was a chance to put all the training to the test. And here is I will be ending this part. Hope you guys have enjoyed how I've been portraying Haku. Any advice and suggestions as well as new ideas for what if, you can leave them down on the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. This has been the Electric Fiend, and I'll see you guys next time.